Good morning, everybody. It is Thanksgiving morning. It is 4 o'clock right now. So I am waking up to get my turkey on the pit. I gotta get the smoker going, and then I gotta get my turkey out of the brine and get it prepped to go in the pit. I have not weighed myself yet because I'm going to wait to my normal time when I normally wake up to weigh myself to get more of a consistent number to see, make sure I get as close as I can to what I would be on the regular time that I wake up. So let me go get this pit going. It's my favorite part about getting to grill or smoke anything. Lighting the fire. There she goes. Now we got some light. Well, this is interesting. Sunday last week was my lightest day, of course. I was 228.6. This morning, I'm 228.6. So I am weighing exactly what I weighed on my lightest day, Sunday, on Thursday. Normally, I hit a stall. Normally my weight stalls out, and I hit about a pound above where my weight was the last week on, I want to say, let's say Wednesday. I'll be about a pound above where I was the previous week. Then Thursday, Friday, it'll stall out. Saturday, it might move a little bit. And then Sunday, it's definitely down. So for my weight to continuously be trending down, 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 to the point where Tuesday, I am exactly where I was. I'm sorry, Thursday, I'm exactly where I was on Sunday. I'm probably going to end up losing another 2 pounds this week. So I could be like, okay, you know what? That's Thanksgiving. I'm not even going to worry about the food today. I'm just going to eat and enjoy myself and not care. But ultimately, I know I will end up regretting doing that because I don't want to get out of control today because I'm carb cycling. So the more out of control I get on my carbohydrates, the more it's going to affect my actual carb cycling progression for the week. I know it's like, oh, well, it's only one day, right? It's only one day out the whole week. It's only one day out the year. And it's the only day in your whole cut that you're doing this, but it's not, because then it's like, okay, well, Christmas is coming up, and then also think, and after that, New Year's, and then after that, my birthday, and that's all within the end of January. So it's like there's always another reason, another excuse, or another opportunity to stray off the diet and do something I'm not supposed to do. But I am going to try my best. I am human. I am not going to make promises and say I am not going to overeat a little bit today. I'm going to try to do my best to stick to the amounts I'm supposed to be eating to hit my macros properly. But you know what? If I eat a little bit more than I'm supposed to, that's okay, because today my weight is exactly what it was on Sunday last week. So that means that even if I overeat a little bit, I still should be down at least a pound this week. At least a pound this week. And that is more than what I was going for. I was actually going for a quarter of a pound to half a pound a week. And last week I lost 3 pounds. The week before that I lost 2 pounds. And this week it looks like, with today being Thursday and where my weight's at today, there's a good probability that I'm going to be down between 2 to 3 pounds this week. Just like I was last week and the week before last, which is a massive weight drop. So I'm not sure how I feel about today. I feel guilty about wanting to eat. I'm going to feel guilty about eating, but then I'm going to feel like I'm missing out if I don't, and then I'm going to feel like I didn't get to enjoy the holiday with my family. So I have mixed emotions. It's like I want to stick to my diet and be true to myself, and I want to stick to this program, but then it's also like, yeah, but I want to enjoy the time with my family and my kids, and I want to eat and enjoy. But it's like, yeah, but eating doesn't mean enjoying. You don't have to eat to enjoy the holiday. Spending time with the family is what's enjoyable, not just eating. You don't have to just be a fat tub of shit and overeat to enjoy your day. That's not what the holiday's about. It's just about coming together and hanging out and spending time together, you know? And then it's also like, yeah, say that to my wallet after all the money that I spent buying everything, all the time and preparation, everything I've done for the food for today, to miss out on it, you know? And then being off today, it's kind of cool. Same thing for tomorrow. I mean, yeah, it's a holiday and I was up super early. I don't get to sleep in, but what I get to do is I get to wake up and take my pills and drink my protein and eat my oatmeal, and then instead of drinking my coffee on the way to work, the best part about the day is I'm going to be able to sit down in the living room and drink my coffee and enjoy it in my own home. And then I get to go check the pit, make sure we're stable, and then once we're stable, well, we are stable. I just added some more wood to the firebox, so I'm gonna eat and then go out and recheck the temperature and make sure the temperature hasn't fluctuated, in, which it shouldn't have. It should be pretty stable. And then, like I said, after that, go on my walk. So eat, drink my coffee, check the pit, go on my cardio, come back, check the pit, and then hang out and start getting other things ready for Thanksgiving. Eat at 9 o'clock. I'm going to eat at noon, and then I'm working out around noon. My brother's coming in today, but I highly doubt he's going to want to be on camera. So my timing is going to be off a little bit today on my workout and my cardio, but here is my plan. I'm going to eat like normal, like I'm supposed to, for up till noon, and then normally around 3 o'clock is my post-workout meal. So I'm going to work out after my 12 o'clock meal, and then after my workout I'm going to do my 1 hour walk for my cardio, and then 3 o'clock I'm going to eat Thanksgiving food for my carbs and protein. I'm going to do for my post-workout meal and all that stuff instead of my pre-workout. Post-workout meal is supposed to be at 6 o'clock after my cardio and all that good stuff. Well, since I'm doing all of that early, it's just going to be a meal, but with carbohydrates. And I know it's like, well, you can put your carbohydrates at noon and then do your chicken and rice. And then you could do your post-workout meal for Thanksgiving food at 3 and then go back to your regular diet at 6 and 9. So I could take my 12 o'clock meal and put it at 6, my chicken and bell peppers. And then I could take my 3 o'clock meal and move it to noon. And then I could take my post-workout meal, discard that, and do Thanksgiving. And then 9 o'clock, do my regular meal. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep the carbohydrates where they are during the day. and I'm just going to move my workout, my cardio early. And I know it's like, well, that's going to be the closest you can be to your diet without having to actually stick to your diet and still enjoy Thanksgiving if you do it this way. Yeah, but I'm planning on probably going on another walk this evening. So I think I'm going to do 2 walks today. I think I'm going to do a walk after my workout today, and then I'm going to eat at 3. I'm going to eat at 6. I'm going to see how much family I still have at the house, and then depending on how many family members I still have at the house, if everyone's gone around 6 or 7, I'm probably going to go on another walk this evening. It's probably more than likely what I'm going to do. 9 o'clock. So you guys know what that means. And you already know I switched it up. I'm no longer doing chicken and carrots. I am doing carrots and chicken. So big difference. And I gotta tell you, mentally, it's just so much better because it's not the same thing over and over every single day. It's nice to be able to have variety and be able to change up what you're doing and not have to feel guilty about it. It just makes a big difference. This is my second meal of the day. After this, I got to do my chicken and bell peppers, and then it'll be workout time. So I didn't calculate Walmart being closed this early. I know that they normally shut down to get ready for Black Friday around 3 o'clock. And then they spend the rest of the day getting ready for Black Friday. So they close the doors and they open back up at midnight or whatever. But I forgot that the whole shift of everything in the world that happened a few years ago made them being able to not be 24 hours anymore, and then they close on holidays again, which is fine. That's great for the employees. I'm happy for them, and I'm not upset at all. I just didn't realize that they were closed on Thanksgivings now, because it's been so long since I had to go to the store on Thanksgiving, because I try to avoid going to stores because I feel bad for the employees that have to work. But the day I figured, you know what, I'm gonna go get that BB gun while it's still early enough. Well, I guess tomorrow I'll go get it if it's not too busy. Seeing as if we were out, my wife was like, hey, I want to go get coffee. So I pretty much got voluntold that we're going to get coffee. I told her I can make some at the house for you real quick. And she decided, no, that house coffee is not as good as the brand coffee. I'm not going to say the name of the coffee shop because I'm not going to advertise for them. But at the same time, it's like, I have been here for 34 minutes. In the parking lot. She pre-ordered it when we thought we were going to Walmart, and then we were going to swing by and pick it up. But Walmart was closed. But it's cool because it's like probably like a 4 or 5 minute drive from Walmart. So we're like, I'll be ready by the time we get there. So 34 minutes here, plus about another 5 minutes. So it's been 39 minutes since she placed the order to get a cup of coffee. 39 minutes to get a cup of coffee. Now it's been 40 minutes on Thanksgiving Day. Going to an establishment because you're too lazy to make it yourself because it's different. So we have to go here because it's better. It's better making these employees work 10 times harder on a holiday so you can shovel this sugar water down your throat because it's better, and you're going to leave probably half of it in the cup and not even drink the whole thing, because that's what people do when they buy coffee from places like this. They only drink half of it, then let the other half get turned to milky water because they get iced coffees, and the iced coffees end up melting the ice, and then it dilutes the coffee, and it's just disgusting. So now I've been here sitting in the parking lot, just staring off into the abyss, waiting for my wife to walk out of the door so we can go back home. Yay. 46 minutes. I will never come to a coffee shop on Thanksgiving ever again. I don't care what is on the table for offer. I don't care. She just finally got in. I'm not going to say the name of the shop, but like I said, I will never, ever again go to a coffee shop on a holiday. Never again.
Sorry.
Ever. Never. Change of plans. I am going to go ahead and work out at my normal time today at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock by doing my weight training from 4 to 5, and then doing my cardio from 5 to 6. And I'm going to eat Thanksgiving food for my 3 o'clock meal and my 6 o'clock meal like I originally wanted to do, because my family is going to be later this year than what they normally are. And I'm not going to base my schedule around theirs like I originally was going to. And my brother told me that he'll be here at noon to work out. He's coming in from out of town. It's a 4-hour drive for him. He got a late start to the day, so it's just like, okay, well, I'm just going to continue doing things the way I do them, and that's what it is. So I want to eat my third meal of the day, my chicken. I already ate my chicken and my bell peppers, and then my 3 o'clock meal will be slightly different. It's either going to be ham if the turkey's not ready and sides, or it's going to be turkey and ham with sides, and the same thing for after. I'm going to try not to go too crazy on it. Well, turns out I got my pre-workout meal, my post-workout meal, and my dinner all taken care of in that one meal. I had a drumstick from turkey leg, should I say. I had some breast, I had some ham, green bean casserole, broccoli casserole. I had stuffing, homemade 4 cheese, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, and a cookie. But no beverage, just water. So I controlled myself. But no, I definitely ate quite a bit. I enjoyed myself. I didn't gorge myself. I could have ate way more than I actually ate. So I did have some type of self-control. I just ate until I was satisfied, but I know the calories are so incredibly high on the food that I just ate. I'm just not going to eat my post-workout meal, and I'm not going to eat my dinner tonight because I know the fat content was so incredibly high on what I just got done eating. So now that I'm all fat and bloated, it's time to train these chesticles and see what kind of pump we can get. Tonight, I'm going to go with the 65s. I was going to go to the 75s tonight, but the 55s were telling me no. I got 12, but it was a heavy 12. It wasn't like a comfortable 12. Now, I will say this. I have no motivation to be in here right now at all. So it may not be a strength thing. It might be a mental thing because my family's over. Everyone's hanging out. I just got done eating a ton of food, and I'd much rather be in there spending the day with them. But this is only an hour out of the whole evening. So I'm going to get in here and make it happen. So my motivation is gone. It's non-existent. This is what willpower looks like. And this is what comes down to willpower. Even though I don't feel like being in here because I'm not motivated, I know I need to be in here because the midnight dream of competing in bodybuilding and doing decently well in a local competition is never going to happen if I don't take this serious. It doesn't have to be that serious. It does not. You are correct. It does not need to be that serious. But if you want to compete, it kind of has to be. And I want to compete. So it's going to take me buckling down and doing what I need to do. Did I get carried away? Probably ate a little bit more than I should have. But did I go crazy hard? No, I did not. So do I feel bad about what I did? No. Is it going to affect my weight loss this week? Yeah, probably. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm going to take advantage of the extra calories and put it to work this week. Yeah, so I'm not going to get all boo-hooey about it. I'm just going to chuck it up to, okay, I got a little extra fuel in the tank so we could push a little bit harder in the next few days to come. Plus, we have a low day after Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is a low day. So no matter how it goes, that low day is going to burn everything up. Taking advantage of the extra calories. Man, that drop came fast. Yeah, I don't know if all that food is messing with me, but I tell you this much. I am one wrong strain away from soiling myself. Like I can feel my stomach. It's just under a tremendous amount of pressure and strain right now from all the food. I'm so bloated, and I feel like if I strain wrong, I'm gonna evacuate my bowels. So I need to be careful. It's a side product, like a byproduct of eating the way I just ate. I'm not used to all that grease. The turkey thigh, the ham, and then all the butter that goes on everything. All the delicious butter, the incredible, amazing, savory, sweet, salty butter, that nectar, candies, nature's candy, nature's candy. Oh. Man. Also, too, you know what else it could be? Now that I think about it, I went to bed a little late last night, 11 o'clock, and I woke up at 4 o'clock to do what I did. That turkey. So I'm wondering if that 2 hours of sleep that I didn't get is also kind of coming into effect. Okay, we're moving on to dumbbell press now. I have zero motivation to be in here right now. Everything feels heavy. Everything feels out of place. Nothing feels like it's clicking. It all just feels wrong. But it's a mindset. And I know tomorrow I'm going to feel better about getting in here and doing this versus not working out. If I don't work out, I know tomorrow I'm going to regret it. But also, I am not going to go back to my old ways. We gave away all the food. My family started leaving, and we made sure they took as much as they could. Then we went to my neighbors, excuse me. I'm really gassy from eating all that food. So then we went to my neighbors, and we asked all them, hey, do you guys want any of this? And we pretty much gave away all of it, 100%. There's nothing left in the house except for my diet food, my wife's food, and my kids' food. It's just, I don't want the temptation there, and I'm not going to sit there and make excuses to go back to eating like that. I had one meal. It was fun. I liked it. Happy Thanksgiving. Time to get back to it. There's no reason to continuously eat like that for the rest of the week. There just isn't. And I'm going to go back to being in control of my diet and my habits. Just because I don't feel like doing this doesn't mean I can't do this. And I need to do this because, oh, excuse me, man, that really messed me up. Really messed me up eating like that. And I really need to stay in this. I really need to keep on it. I can't let anything knock me off the tracks or knock me off course. I gotta keep going, man. 12-week program. It's not just about the 12 weeks, man. It's about competing. Like, I want to compete when I'm 40. I'm 38. I'll be 39 in January. And it gives myself a year and 2 months till I turn 40. And I really want to compete in my 40th year. I would love to step on stage and compete in bodybuilding. And I want my next 40 years to be better than my first 40 years. I want to be in better shape. I want to be motivated. I want to drive harder. I want to be more successful than I was in the first 40 years of my life. The first 20, not the first 20, but the second 20, I spent powerlifting and just being strong and trying to be as big as I could, as strong as I could, regardless of what kind of big it was. I didn't care. But now I want to focus on my health, and I want to focus on size and bodybuilding and being lean and competing in this. So it's a different genre, right? But it's the same. It's like moving to a new house in the same neighborhood. You already know all the streets. You already know all the back roads. It's just a matter of parking your car in a different driveway and sleeping in a different roof, under a different roof. And that's what bodybuilding is to powerlifting. You know, same neighborhood, just a different roof, a different house, same neighborhood. I don't need to make excuses, man. I need to make this happen. There's only one option, right? There is no plan B. Because if there's a plan B, that means you plan to fail on plan A. And plan A is the only option. That is the only option. Nobody cares about this but you. Nobody cares about this but you. You're the only one that can make this happen or not. And nobody cares if you make it or not. There's only two type of people that care. The ones that want you to fail so they can look at you and be like, ha, told you couldn't do it. And the ones that only care once you're successful. Then they want to know what you did to become successful. They didn't care while you were climbing the ladder. They only care once you got to the top, how you got there. Man, 20 reps for the 60s. That's a huge win. I know. Oh, you didn't pause on your chest. You didn't go all the way up and lock out. This isn't powerlifting. I don't have to do that no more. When I was powerlifting, the lockout was very important. The pause was very important. But this isn't that. I'm just trying to keep the load on the muscle and burn it out. And that mid-range of motion is very successful at that. I'm not going to think too much into it. I feel like a bloated tub of shit right now. That's how I feel. As I get further into my workout, my stomach is bloating more and more, and it feels absolutely horrible. I haven't ate like that in over 15 weeks. I know I said at the end of the first 12 weeks, I had fun and I ate whatever I wanted, but I didn't eat like that. I had little things throughout the day. I'm kind of hungry, eat a little bit of this, kind of hungry, eat a little bit of that. It wasn't like a big, massive dump of food and sodium and carbohydrates and fats and everything else, man. I cannot express enough how horrible I feel right now. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. But it's okay. Because this is a beautiful reminder of why the alternative to what I'm doing is worse. Like eating, I don't want to go back to eating like that on the regular. Man, feeling like this, I don't want to get used to feeling like this. I don't understand how I got to that in the first place, feeling like this was normal. Like eating and then feeling this kind of load of like, oh, it's normal. And you just get used to it and you just accept this is how it is. I don't want to do that. This is not what I want. Also, real quick, I got this dip machine on Amazon. This and the pec deck are the only two pieces of equipment in here that are not commercial grade, that aren't from an actual gym facility, commercial grade gym facility. And I paid, I think, $300 for this, and I love it. They had counter partners from like name brands that were like $2,000, $1,500, $1,800, $3,000. Like a pin stack was like $3,000. The plate loaded was like 15 to 1800, 2200 for all the brands I looked at. Found this one for $300 on Amazon, brand new. And I've used a bunch of these in the gym, commercial gyms, when I was younger. Used quite a few of these machines like this. And I would put this one up against any one of those for how smooth this machine is and how wonderful it feels. Don't get me wrong, you can't slam this one down. You'll break it for sure. If you max this one out with 400 or 500 pounds, or whatever the load capacity is, I think it's like 400 or 500. I can't remember. But if you max this thing out and you slam it, you're going to break it. So it's more delicate than commercial grade, but that's the difference of paying 2,000, 3,000 versus 200, 300. You just have to be a little bit more cautious with it. But man, if you load this thing up with 500 pounds, you're going to be just as effective as you would with one of those. The only thing I wish this one had was a seat belt to bolt you down to the seat so you don't lift up when you're pressing down. Whenever I start going into the 300s, I start lifting off the seat. And I wish I had something to buckle me down, so I might have to look at rigging up a seat belt on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at rigging something up so I don't lift off the seat. And it's like, well, I don't have to go over 300, you know, I can stick in the twos and I can get just as effective of a workout. Slowing the reps down, pausing, squeezing, doing negatives, even doing like, you know, like high volume like I normally do. Sets of 15 to 20 slow, but ultimately, man, I do want to go heavy. I like to be able to do this for a set of 20 with 400 pounds. Doing 400 for a set of 20, man, think about how big your chest, triceps, and shoulders have to be able to handle that kind of load. That's some serious muscle. All things considered, it's a pretty good set. Saw this video of Dorian Yates saying that a bag of shit that gets bigger is just a bigger bag of shit. And that made me laugh. And it made me think like, man, that's how I feel right now. I just feel like a big bag of shit. But not for long. I'm gonna lean out. So the plan is to lean out to the end of January for 12 weeks. And at the end of the 12 weeks, I'm going to take a look at myself and I'm going to decide if I'm still looking like I'm holding onto my muscle and still looking like I'm like doing a really good job of holding my muscle mass and I still have body fat to lose to see the six pack. I'm going to keep going as long as I'm not sacrificing muscle mass. If I get to the end of the 12 weeks and my abs are showing, then I'm going to go into a bulk, a very soft bulk. I'm not going to just dramatically jump into it and go up by 1,000 calories a day. No, I'm going to increase my carbohydrates by 30 a day for the first 2 weeks and see what happens, and then adjust from there up, and maybe another 15 a day, and then maybe another 15 a day over the course of weeks, making small adjustments. Trying to keep my abs by putting on quality muscle mass. Adjust my protein up by 20 a day, and then after 2 weeks, maybe adjust my carbs up. If I do get to the end of the 12 weeks, I don't have my abs and I feel like I'm losing all my muscle mass and I'm getting stringy, then I'm going to have to really look at what I'm doing and try to figure out what I'm doing wrong to address the problem, to correct the problem, so I make the correct progress. But hopefully it's one or the other. I'm either holding on to my muscle mass and I just need a little bit longer, or I have my 6-pack and now I can start bulking. I think in the powerlifting and CrossFit community, the pec deck gets overlooked and laughed at a lot and made fun of, but in actuality, the pec deck is such an amazing tool for contracting, squeezing, and stretching the pecs. If you're one of those guys that like that massive stretch, you should have nothing but love for the pec deck. And even still, like, regardless, if you're into strength sports, there should still be respect for the pec deck, because it is a very good chest contracting movement that ended up somehow being like a joke for some reason in certain fitness communities, which I just don't understand the point of making fun of any kind of fitness. I don't care what you're into. Because the way I look at it is, no matter what fitness you're into, as long as you're getting up and doing something, it's better than doing nothing and then becoming a health hazard to yourself. In reality, I really don't feel like posing tonight. I know it's like, why though? You're so fat and bloated. Why would you not want to stand in front of a camera and flex your bloated wonderland? Because I'm just not energetic tonight. All right, I'll make this a quick night. Should have checked my weight. And seen what I weigh tonight. Yeah. No, it's okay. What's up? She came and told me, hey, Mom wants to know if you wanted anything from Dairy Queen. And I told her, absolutely not. I am way too bloated and full from today. I'm not gonna probably eat anything the rest of the day because I got more than enough carbs, fats, and protein from Thanksgiving. No, I'm gonna go do my cardio after this. So if y'all are wanting to go, then it's just best if y'all go while I walk. Yeah.
And they're gonna stop by Addie's so he can get comfortable pants. You hear?
Are y'all gonna get his truck?
No. She's taking him home later.
Oh, kind of seems like it would be a bet.
I was like, why don't y'all just go? She's like, everyone wants you to go.
I know, but what I'm saying though, if y'all are already going to his house, why don't y'all just have him pick up his vehicle so she doesn't have to drive him back when he's ready to go? He could just. Okay. All right, whatever. I think I'm forgetting a pose or two, so oh well. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off with this right here one last time. There it is. Enough looking at myself, and I am going to go do my cardio to walk off some of these calories. I'll see you guys in just a second. So this kind of made me think of something, right? Eating the way I just ate. Whenever I was younger and I was powerlifting, I could eat 10, 12,000 calories a day, every day, and go to the gym and work out incredibly hard and have great workouts. And then as I approached my mid-30s, I realized that if I ate a tremendous amount of food on the day of my training, I would actually end up feeling like complete shit. And I would have absolutely terrible workouts. Terrible. Bloated, fat, worn out, couldn't brace, couldn't breathe, just felt terrible, absolutely terrible. And then what I ended up learning was if I ate a tremendous amount of food the day before my workout, and then the day of my workout, I ate a modest amount of food, I would actually have much better workouts and feel amazing. So that's what I started doing. I started doing my heavy calorie days on my rest days, and then allow my body to digest the food and absorb it. And then on training days, I would just eat what I needed to eat to be able to, get through the day. So now that I'm carb cycling, this right here was a big eye opener for me. Made me realize that this is the reason why my high carb day is on Sundays and not on like one of my more aggressive training days. I train my calves. And if I try to eat like that on a heavy day, like squats or back or chest, I'd probably feel like complete trash the day of training and I would get nothing out of it. So it's just like I'd rather get it the day before, let it get in my system and utilize it the next day versus trying to eat it the day of and then just feeling like a giant tub of shit when I'm training. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go and I will see you in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful day and everything is going well in your life.